What's up, y'all? We are officially here. The rebranding of what was Pop's World, now the Work Continues podcast. After stepping on stage in June of 2025, also November of 2025 as well. Due to life taking me there, this is a new season that we're stepping into, and we will dive deep into real life talk, um, talking about just the ups and downs of life and pursuing purpose. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it rolling. Yizzo, I got the fellas here with me. Maxito Jean.
What's good, baby?
Guy,
How
what's
you
up,
feeling,
bro?
bro?
Love know who
Thanks,
you are,
thanks
man.
for having me, bro.
No problem, bro.
Hey, guys, my name's Maxito Jean Jr. I am the founder of Max Out Fitness. I'm also an ambassador in Bucked Up products. You can find me and what I'm doing on Instagram at Max Out Fitness 27. Um, right now, I'm currently in a what can you say? I'm in the trenches right now in regards to working on my next show. So stay tuned. But
Yes, sir. My boy's about to hop on stage.
Yes, sir.
Let's
I'm,
get
I'm
it.
trying to get back on, baby. I'm
Let's
trying
get
to get
it.
back on. You
Let's
feel
get
me?
it. And I also over here, I got my boy Braden. What's up, bro?
So, I'm Braden. I am not stepping on stage like they are. I'm no bodybuilder. I be in the gym with them and that's it. I'm more into like cars and bikes. So I just started the social media shit. I'm on Instagram and YouTube right now. Instagram, I've been posting more on there. So that's Braden Hughes 13. And that's all I got.
Yeah, man. So I got my fellas here with me right now. These guys have been with me from the, I guess you could say, early stages of this losing weight thing, man. When I was a fat boy playing front line as a defensive tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, I was a big boy, man. Roly poly type stuff.
Yeah.
On the real though, man, these guys have been here with me since the beginning, for real. Max, I've known Max since we was puppies, man.
Oh, 10 plus years,
yeah,
bro.
10 plus years.
10 plus,
yeah.
bro. Sheesh, man.
Braden, I've known you for about
For maybe like a
Yeah,
year.
I've known Braden for a year now. So Braden, I've known Braden for a year.
Love that. Building strong bonds already,
Yeah, I've known
bro. I
Braden
love
for
that.
a year. It's my guy, man. Both of these guys have technically like been in my corner since, for the first show, and even before I even knew Braden, Max was right there rolling with me. So I appreciate these guys, man. And I only felt right to ask these dudes to, with the work continues and the rebranding of what it is now, going from Pop's World to this current work continues rebrand. I just felt like it was only right to have these guys, just sit down and talk to these dudes and have real great conversation about what they got going on, what they trying to do, and just hopefully helping other people. You know what I mean? So
What caused that rebrand? You went from, what did you have, Pop's World? And you went to the Work Continue. What caused that rebrand?
So honestly, so to kind of like small little backstory, Pop's World actually started off as Passion Over Pain.
Oh, wow.
Max knows about that.
Dean, POP, holding it down, baby.
Yeah, Max.
Woo!
Pop's World was actually stemmed from Passion Over Pain, which
man.
was that actually started after I got done playing college football.
I'm not gonna lie, I never knew what that meant. Well, I was like, why you say Pops? I was like, where did that come from? So, I never knew what that meant.
Only reason why Pops was, my father used to call me Pops when I was in high school. Like, what's up, Pop? What's good? So then, if I didn't know your name in high school or anybody's name, I would just say, "What's up, Pop?"
This man called me Pops in the gym.
Yeah. Now, when I didn't know your name, I was calling you Pop, bro. Until I actually found out, oh, his name is Braden. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how Pop's World started, from the original Passion Over Pain brand. And then I started the podcast of Pop's World back in like 2023, I believe. And then, to be honest, man, the rebrand of Pop's World to the Work Continues honestly was a hashtag. For real.
Man, did start from a hashtag.
Yeah, it was and I didn't even realize that it was a hashtag until I looked back couple months ago and saw like, yo, I was just hashtagging pop. The work continues. And I started when I actually knew that I needed to lose weight, and when I guess you can say life started kicking me in my ass a little bit. I don't know, man. When I decided to do that first bodybuilder show, like when I actually hit up, shout out to Chase too. When I actually hit up my boy Chase and decided to do the first bodybuilder show, the work continues was just something that I was saying to myself on the daily to get through them workouts. This was even before I hit up Chase. I was hashtagging it.
I remember.
And then I hit up Chase, and ever since then, bro, the work continues. Went from a hashtag to a T-shirt. And
So you started branding it during your first show, like during the
before-
process.
before-
Was it during the process, or you're talking about
I
before you even knew you were bodybuilding?
Before I even knew I was gonna bodybuild, before I
Okay.
even knew that the work continues was gonna be something, bro, I was just literally putting it as a hashtag.
Okay.
I had no idea that it was gonna be something.
Yeah.
So then it really cultivated as I went through my first bodybuilding prep back in June. Well, no, I started the prep in December of 2023
Right.
with Chase, and ever since then, bro, it just carried for real. So that's kind of if I
Yeah.
answer your question, that's
Yeah.
kind of what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I gotta bring this up because after his first show, we went out and we got a size. I don't know if anybody knows that size hot chicken you ever had.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, we went there. He housed the whole thing of fries, and then we went to Westchester and we passed these donuts. Bro, I had to pick this man up and bring him away from the table with donuts because he was not leaving.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy how you say that, bro. I don't know where this came from, but as of right now, my main go-tos are donuts and cookies, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Ever
Because
since I
you've
lost
been
every-
housing them.
Bro, ever since I lost all that weight.
What was it? It was 10 o'clock the other night. He talking about, bro, you want to go get cookies? I was like,
Yeah.
what?
That's a real-
He said, bro, get in the truck.
So,
all right.
geez,
He
bro.
was literally talking about this. He was like, I'm like, yo, bro, can we go to Cookie Plug? He was like, okay.
I said,
I'm like,
I'm not gonna lie, I would have slid with him though. Like,
That was
he
the
put
first.
me on.
I
He put
did.
me on, bro.
we
Cookie
drove,
Plug,
after the
Show.
after the show in November, bro, we went to Cookie Plug, man.
bro. That
Yeah,
thing
bro.
was.
Nah, for real,
Tell you.
man. But yeah, dog, that's really where that thing came from. To be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah. All right, man. So I can honestly say like this process has taught me a multitude of different like things when it comes to being a man. Like the beginning stages of actually going through the process of just losing weight, and the reason why I actually chose to lose weight, and just where I was at that season of my life, but my choices and everything like that, going into losing the weight and everything like that, it taught me so much.
Just catching you off the beginning, though, I heard you, what you said, you learned how to be a man? Or you learned what it meant to be a man?
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
I would say honestly, the emotional aspect of everything, like understanding how to control the hardships of going through what life was at that time for me, and then like choosing to actually fight for myself to be like, yo, bro, you gotta figure out something to actually work. So I would say like that the emotional part of that was actually like taught me like it's okay to like be
Feel the emotions?
yeah.
I feel
yeah,
like
as
feeling
opposed-
emotions.
Yeah, as opposed to running away.
If I could piggyback on anything, and I'm going to speak on you, of course, because like you said, I've been through the process with you. What I've seen for experience is that the sense of confidence that you gain as a man, bro, like is different, bro. Because I know you from when you was Pudgy Bull for sure. I seen that he was very timid and just kind of. I wouldn't say laxy daisy, but like very shy, But like him, definitely evolving, developing, physical strength, losing that weight, stepping on stage, really putting himself out there. The confidence level I seen.
I was just about to ask you. So does confidence tie into being a man? What kind of level of confidence do you have to be to kind of like be a man?
Bro, we can. Okay. I like that question. It's a great question, bro. Because I'm not just gonna say in order to be a man, you need just confidence. You need a lot of things, bro.
Mhm.
But when being a man, the confidence to do is what you need to
That's a great
drive
point. That's
everything,
exactly
bro.
what I was thinking.
It's you need the confidence. If you do not have confidence, bro, you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna jump to the things that you like to do. And this is not just going for man. I know this is the topic, but this goes for everybody. Man, women, human being. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the confidence to step out of your comfort zone, to make changes and this, then, and the third, to achieve what you want to achieve, or go get what you want to get, or stop what you don't want to happen and stuff like that, you're just gonna let life just run all over you. You know what I'm saying?
If I can
So
honest,
like,
not to cut you
no,
off,
go for it. Go for it.
if
You're
I
good.
can honestly say, I feel like confidence comes from a high level of breathing.
High level of
Breaking.
High
And I
level
love
of
that
breathing.
you just said that because in order for diamonds to be diamonds, bro, it's got to be.
And that's
You know what I'm
what
saying? So like, gold isn't purified in water, brother.
yeah.
It's got to go through fire. So
honestly, I would say,
you know
me, bro.
You gotta be broken to get a new, brother.
You know me for a long time. Like
Yeah.
you said in the beginning, bro. I was not really a like. I'm still not like it's me type person.
Yeah,
I was a very shy and timid person. But I feel like because of the like my choices, I guess you can say, and like the breaking that took place at that period in my life and everything,
Mm-hmm.
I will say like I chose to see myself differently while going through that process, because it was like the days where I was just like struggling, like nobody was with me, bro. I was by myself. That's what I'm saying. So it was just like, yo, you either going like, you got to get up and go to the gym today. You got to get up and you got to eat. Like those moments where it's just like, dog, like you really are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you really are going through high levels of stress to take your body to a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as I started to see myself, as I started to see my mental and my physical and spiritual like progress, it was just like, you can actually do this, bro.
Yeah.
I noticed that between the first and second show, your attitude was way different.
Way different,
Way
for sure,
The
for
first,
sure.
Bro, the first episode,
sure, bro.
The first show, you were like, I think it was excited. You wanted to get out there.
Was just
second show, though, you were, I'm going in under this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to do this, and nobody can affect me. You can't affect. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Look at the two pictures that you did from the first show and the second show that you have on your gram right now.
We'll put it up on the screen.
We'll put it up on the screen. We'll show everybody. Look at those two pictures, and you can tell the confidence and the energy level based. Like, granted, he was excited from both of them, but you can tell. You can really tell if you really look at him, and if you really know Avery. You know what I'm saying? If you look at them two pictures, you can tell that first picture. He seems a little, tired, worn out, but he's excited that he's placed. He's up there. Second show, it was different, bro. He had a different demon. Well, I'm not gonna say demon. I'm not gonna talk that negative. You know what I'm saying? He had a demon with him, but you can see he had a different dog.
It was more business.
It was way more business in that second picture. Take a look at that, bro. I'm telling you.
Now, looking at the picture, yes, I get that part. But as far as like, I didn't realize that.
No, your mentality was
different, bro.
Way different.
Way different.
Mm-hmm.
Told you I told you even going into like the show before, like weeks before when we were training together sometimes, bro. I would go in the gym with you and I see your posture, your demeanor, bro. It was dark, it was heavy, it was solid, bro. It looked I straight up told you in the gym, bro. I looked at you and was like, bro, I don't know what you want today. But you look like a super villain.
I'm gonna tag in on that. I did shoulders with him before the first show, and I was like, this sucks, but like, I can do this.
Right.
We did legs the other day. Mm-hmm. I wanted to die. Like, I just wanted to die. Like, I was done.
Yeah.
I was done the whole rest of the week.
It's crazy. You did one to work out with me before the first show.
Yeah.
Did you work out with me before the second show?
I think I did. I just did like a couple exercises, but we didn't get like a whole lift
Yeah,
in.
but we did. He is right. We did a second. We did a workout. He was with us too. We did a
That was
workout.
terrible.
We did a leg workout. He was just like It was one thing he said. He's like, yo, I'm sitting here praying like, yo, we gotta get that.
Well, let me tell you something. Because he put 22 plates on the leg press, and I had to take what 8 of them off, like 6 of them. My exercise was taking them off so I could do it. And he's over here like, put some more on. Yeah, bro. I'm never doing it again, bro. Ever.
Yo,
I don't care. I'll be there and I'll support. That's it.
Let me ask you one quick question. I want to know from both of y'all, like when it comes to my question to y'all, when it comes to being a man, like in different parts of your life as well, like how from being a puppy to being a grown man now, like how do y'all think that y'all have changed and elevated within your mental and emotional standpoint as men?
I feel like I would say definitely being a man is controlling your emotions. I feel like you have to control your emotions as a man in chaos.
How?
That's a good question. I feel like it's something for me personally. It was finding God. So I had to find. Once I found God, it was way easier for me to, I can see.
Now we're getting somewhere.
If he's giving me a hard time in life, I understand now. He might not be. He might be going through something. So what am I to do? What am I to say to change him? All it's gonna do is hurt me. If I worry about him, it's gonna hurt me. If I show anger towards you, it's only hurting me. Right. So that's the way I control my emotions right now.
Let me ask you a quick question, baby. What was the one moment where you knew, like, God, I don't know what the heck is going on?
I think exactly what you said. I feel like you have what'd you call it? Breakouts or
breaking points.
Yeah, you have strong breaking points. I feel like that's when you find God the easiest per se. I shouldn't say easiest. That's when it's the easiest to kind of give up on your own will and
I'd say, for lack of a better term, that's when you're most vulnerable.
Yeah. And you turn into not anything, but you know who you want to turn to.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's adversities. Like you got to control your emotions during adversities. Yeah. As a man, you can't have an adversity and crack. Then what? No one's coming for you. So you got to figure it out.
That's true. Yeah. What about you, Matt?
Man, I'm still learning right now because first and foremost, of course, I'm never going to stop learning. I tell people all the time, I don't care how old you are. You could be 12, you could be 72, you could be 148. Doesn't matter. As long as you still got breath in life, bro, you're able to stand above 60, is every point of your life that you can continue to grow and continue to learn. So every day that I'm blessed with life, I try and do my best to not say try. Of course, you know that for like 2 years now, but I do my best not to say try because we're not trying nothing no more, bro.
He been on my ass.
We're not trying.
Whenever I say try,
he got it from me because I'm like, stop saying try. But yes, we're not trying nothing, bro. We're not trying nothing anymore, bro. We got to do everything. Yo, Nike got a simple slogan. It's called "Just Do It." They don't say "Just Try It." They didn't say "Just Try It." That's a try. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying nothing, bro. We're doing everything. No, you see everybody on Instagram, TikTok, this and that. You're not watching them try to post their content. You are watching them actively. You're watching actively their content.
Yeah.
So like for me, how I go about my emotions and stuff like that, I do my best to like you said, tap in with God first and foremost because that's the life source number one, bro. Like everything is all God. Like that's my hashtag, all God. You know what I'm saying? But I tap in with God, I pray, and I look in the mirror. And I look at myself and I say, bro, what did we do yesterday that we can change today? What can we do that we don't want to do anymore? What have you done that, whatever? Like all of my actions are on trial between me in the mirror, bro. Because ain't nobody else gonna do that for you. You gotta literally go in the mirror with yourself and fight your own demons, bro. And nobody gonna go in there and remember you said you was by yourself fighting, saying, yo, I gotta go do my cardio, get up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym. By yourself, bro. That's that demon that you had to fight by yourself, bro. You know You know what I mean? We all have those demons that we have to fight individually, bro. Every
Yeah.
day I gotta wake up like 4:30, 5 o'clock, just to go to work. I gotta look in the mirror and say, bro, you know why you getting up? There's a demon you gotta fight, etc., all that, bro. So
Right.
like before I even um before I even start to look at anybody else or anything else, bro, like I look in my mirror and judge me first, bro, because I am no God, I'm no critic, I'm no judge or nothing, bro. So like I can't look at this person, that person, and say, oh, he doing this wrong, she doing this wrong, or whatever, etc., living their life. It's on them, bro. Not to
Yeah.
say like I don't care about them, but like everybody has their own individual choices and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure that my choices are right. Not saying like there are right choices, but making sure that they are just choices.
Yeah.
They're not just vain choices. I'm not just out here doing whatever and just putting my spirit here and there and going there, just letting life just take me to and fro and shit like that. And I'm just, dibbling, dabbling and everything. Fuck no, bro. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
If I can honestly say, bro, like one of the hardest parts of this whole process, going into the first show, I would say one of the hardest processes, honestly, bro, was them like it like actually just like doing that process alone. That's hard, bro.
Bro,
I know
I know that. You know what I'm saying? So
the reason why I'm bringing that up, bro, is because like in moments like that, and I've talked to Brayden about it, but like when it comes to just to kind of like talk a little bit about sort of bodybuilding, like people don't realize, like now I understand why bodybuilders actually think the way they think and they carry themselves the way they carry themselves after they go through them shows is because they are literally by themselves in their brain every day. Like, and honestly, one of the hardest parts for me was it was one particular moment when I y'all know I was actually my schedule at work was 3 to 11, and I got a membership over at Powerville Gym, and I actually had to I think I was like 230 or something like that, and I was a couple months, and I was like 220 or something, a couple months away, like a couple weeks away from the show, and I had to go and do cardio at like 11:30 at night. And Max knows I would call him on FaceTime or anything like that. Like that, honestly, in my opinion, bro, probably was like one of the most loneliest processes because I went to the gym in the morning before I went to work. When I got off of work, I went to Power Build to do cardio, and it was literally just me at night by myself. And I'm just like, bro, I'm doing all this for a couple seconds on stage just to lose weight. But like the hardest part about that was when I came home, bro. It's just like literally like going to bed and it's just like, yo, God, I'm alone like hell right now. I ain't got it's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this sucks. But in those current moments, bro, like you going back to like, God and anything like that. Like you really just gotta he expects us to lean on him more than anything in that current situation.
It kind of sounds like being a man is more like showing up even when it ain't the easiest thing to do.
Hell yeah.
That's really what it is.
I think we can talk about. All right, let's talk relationship. Let's jump out. We're gonna go back to fitness.
Boy.
And we're gonna talk about you know what I'm saying. Think about relationship. You said a great thing. Showing up when you don't feel like it. Think about relationships, bro.
Yeah.
You got people in relationships, men and women. They got roles in their relationship and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't feel like showing up for your role, bro.
Yeah.
And your partner gonna make you know that. Your partner gonna make you know that. She might throw it in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, what we do as men, we still show up.
Yeah.
Even when we don't want to. Because it's not about us.
No, it's not.
It's not about us. If it's
bigger than that.
It's bigger than that. If you're really thinking about it, because we never just thinking about self. It's not just for self. It's got to be, just like you said, purpose. It's got to be for something. I'm not going to the gym for no reason. It's got to be for a reason. I'm not going to Power Build at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, midnight. Ain't nobody in this motherfucker. And putting all this cardio for no reason. There's a reason, bro.
Yeah. That goes in just that's just not just in relationships, just
with people in general, yeah, bro.
This podcast, I'm sure there's gonna be days some of us ain't feeling up to talking. We gotta show up and do it anyway.
Hey, we here, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you just say testing. And every time in between, you're a part of it. You're doing something. You're not just sitting there just watching people.
And that's what it is, showing up for the people around you.
Exactly.
I'll also say this too. In order for you to show up for other people, you have to really understand how to mentally, emotionally.
You show up for yourself. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's another. I feel like that's one thing. Not just men, but people in general. People don't know how to show up for themselves, and I feel like that's why. I feel like honestly, bro, I'm being for real.
No,
I feel like that's why a lot of people have a hard time even understanding what it means to show up for themselves, because they do everything in their power to show up for other people, and they forget that they themselves are one individual human being.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when it comes to like just understanding who they are, they don't have the time to even know.
Facts.
Because they either growing up from childhood, they either had to grow up fast, or it was either a point in time in their life where they had to be there for multiple people or whoever it was, and they just didn't know. They had no idea what it was like to just be there for themselves, bro.
Yeah, bro. Whatever the case may be, for real, because like life, we going through life as if there's a handbook to life. There is no handbook to life, so we all are going through life literally blind and just trying to figure it out. And as we're living, we're figuring it out. But like throughout that process, we're being programmed to do this, then, and third, and knowing all these stigmas and stereotypes and et cetera, and all these, whatever it is that we're learning through life experiences, and that's shaping our decisions. That's molding our everyday existence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have multiple kids, you have multiple businesses, you're doing this, that, and third, you travel, et cetera, et cetera. You're just, you're out there. There's a lot that, can literally mold your decisions and shit like that based on what you read, what you watch, who you around. I mean, everything.
All right, there's one particular thing that I also want to dive into as far as this topic about men is concerned. Like, when we look at everything on social media nowadays, and we see these young boys out here, what they call them,
YNs.
Bro,
I'm about to say, don't say your age here. Don't say your age
here.
here.
Old as hell,
YNs.
I feel mad old right now, but when it comes to these
YNs.
Please don't say your age.
Yo, I honestly feel like these young boys is cooked, yo.
Mm-hmm.
These young boys is cooked, man. And it's sad to watch.
Bro. I'll agree with you to some extent, because I'm gonna go deep, bro, because I'm gonna go deep. I have a girlfriend who works in the Philadelphia school district.
Yeah.
So I know firsthand. I ain't gonna expose what district, what school, blah blah blah, whatever. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then this goes for others, teachers watching. Y'all know how the systems are, right? So I'm not about to sit here and cap with y'all. We're not about to sugarcoat none of that, because the system is absolutely flawed. These kids are not learning nothing. Y'all passing them with easy F's and D's, and y'all okay with it, bro. And so that is partially the reason why I feel as though the youth would be cooked, because the school system ain't teaching anymore. Yeah. Number two, half of these parents, maybe 3/4 of these parents aren't ready to be parents for real, bro. So I'm not. I don't want. I'm just gonna throw that out there, because I'm gonna say what I say. Y'all don't like it, and too damn bad. What you let Mac do? No, go for it, bro.
You know what's crazy, bro? It's unfortunate, man, how a lot of based on you see it on Instagram all the time,
right?
And I'm not judging nobody. I'm not, but this is just what I see. You can definitely tell that there are a lot of young parents who are hurting raising kids.
Oh hell yeah!
And I feel like, and that's going back into what I'm talking about, the youth. I feel like you see a lot of the whether that be a father or a mother, you can definitely tell that they have not themselves dealt with all of who they are. And they're I feel like, I wouldn't even say they're intentionally doing it, but I feel like they're accidentally pouring their hurt and their trauma onto their kids without them even realizing
Without
they're
they
doing it
realizing,
because
yeah.
they haven't even taken the time to deal with who they are. And I
Yeah.
feel like going back to myself real quick, I actually had to deal with the underlining depths of who I was in order to understand and come into the man I am now on a deeper level.
You know what's so crazy? I'm gonna piggyback on that because for me, on that same topic, I will look at me and compare myself to my father and say, what kind of father was he to me? And how did that play a role in how I became who I am? And every day I had to really think and pick apart. And this is going back to the mirror of going back to the topic of going into the mirror and looking at yourself, because who's going to help you chisel away the imperfections and the insecurities and this, that, third? Nobody. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to pick up a chisel and say, damn, Avery, you thought somebody at where you was at like what, 290, you know what I'm saying? You thought somebody was gonna pick up the chisel for you and say, yo, Avery, I'm gonna chisel all this fat off for you. Nobody was gonna do that, bro. So that's the whole concept of going in the mirror and looking at yourself and figuring out who are you and what you need to be, what you need to work on. What does this vehicle need? You know what I'm saying? Not every vehicle needs regular gas. You might need the premium, bro. You might need that ultra. You might need that diesel, bro. You never know, bro. This all sounds paused too. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm just for that proclaim. I'm saying that disclaimer. I gotta pause it. It just sounds weird. You know what I'm saying? My brother gave me that. He was like, listen, if it sounds weird, pause it. Pause it. If it sounds weird, pause it. Just to be safe. You know what I mean? You never know. Somebody might be watching this and be like, oh, he said the diesel. Damn, man, pause. So chill. Like,
real quick. I feel like I'm gonna go over to Braden real quick because I feel like Braden, me being older than Braden, like honestly, Braden he's younger than both of us.
That's crazy, Braden. I don't even
Do
know.
we want to say ages?
No, we ain't got to say.
So we're gonna talk about. Don't worry, I got you. I ain't gonna told you like that. Yeah.
But I feel like Braden is a lot more closer to like
the youth. I am.
The youth.
Okay.
What I was gonna add on to that was I'm gonna go back to emotions. I think the youth don't know how to control their emotions.
Not at all.
And it's ego. It's not all emotions. It's ego. Because every kid that I see nowadays that gets into like fights or they can't control their emotions, or the first thing they say, I can't go out like no bitch. I can't go out like no. Like I have to retaliate.
It's surprising.
Everybody has to retaliate. Yeah. So they can't control their emotions, and I think if, like you said, it ties back to parents trauma dumping, and they dump their traumas and they don't teach them how to process their emotions. No. So they don't know what to do.
They don't know how to do
it. They never went through processing every emotion.
But now it's even worse. Like I said, that ego and pride come in.
But I will play devil's advocate. I will play devil's advocate because lately now, and I'm just gonna speak on, what I know. I've been seeing a lot of people promoting like, mental health, especially for the men, especially for black men, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm all pro for that because it's like we don't have, especially as men, I don't even care if you white, blue, black, yellow, I don't care, bro. We don't have outlets, safe outlets, so where we can relinquish the shit that is bottling up in here sometimes, bro. Not even in the homes with our own wives sometimes, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. That's like we just don't have that space sometimes. So like, hearing that, a lot of people are jumping into, mental health. Men are starting to, be more aware of their, mental and emotional, I guess, capabilities or, control or whatever, for lack of a better term. It's great to me because when we talk about men and emotions, bro, we could talk young and we could talk old, bro. Like, Dave Chappelle made a little joke on his skit where somebody stepped on his sneaks. White sneaks, bro, in the club, bro. A bunch of shorties everywhere. We got the cameraman taking up in the back. I love it. You know that episode. He was like, as soon as his sneaks got stepped on,
yeah,
that's real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's real. It was like, yo, you stepped on my sneaks, and it was like, bro, what are you gonna do about it? It could go out like this. It could go like this. And Upper Darby, I know y'all ain't go to Upper Darby. But my high school, Shout out to my high school. For 4 years, it said this mantra every day, and I've told this to you.
Mhm.
I've got this joint written up on my fridge right now because it's really something that people don't really think about, bro. They don't think they have control of the decisions or the emotions that they're administering because it's like an out of body experience. No, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. The choice is yours, bro.
If I could tag on to that, what I was thinking is they got a lot of excuses now.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
The excuse I always hear is I'm a product of my environment.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yo,
tired
they
of
this,
hearing
they
that.
that, they
I'm
this,
tired
that,
of hearing
nah,
that.
bro, whatever, bro.
You ain't gotta say in the same damn place.
Lot
Bro.
of
Bro,
Can I
come
just
on,
say
man.
something real quick? We all have. I was about to cut. We all have a choice.
I'm
bro.
trying to figure out if this is a profanity safe place, though.
No,
You see
I'm
me
gonna say
talking,
this. I'm gonna say this. We all have a choice. Me myself, I had to make a choice, bro.
Right.
Boy, you either gonna sit here and be a fat ass for the rest of your life, or you gonna sit in this sorrow,
And there it is.
or you either gonna pick your head up, or you gonna lose this damn weight, bro.
There it is.
Figure it out.
It is.
And I'm saying that I'm saying that the way I say it now, because looking back at it, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like the way my mentality was, I was just like, man, no. The work ethic was there, but the tough mentality that I have now was poor piss. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It was poor piss. But now it's just like looking back, I had to make a choice, bro. You gonna sit here and be this big round dude or whatever the case is, or are you gonna work for something, bro? And that's now, like he said, bro. You really gotta like these choices, like we all have a choice, bro.
We all have that choice.
The damn excuses, throw them out the window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's okay to mess up. You can mess up and you can restart 1,000 times.
It's true.
That's why I'm sick of hearing the excuses that I'm a product of this, I'm a product of that. Well, this is where I brought. I don't care. Like everybody got a story.
Yo, facts, bro. And I think another thing, because I seen a post earlier today. I think you posted on your story, and I loved it, and I reshared it on my story as well. It talked about the spirit of embarrassment. Something about spirit of embarrassment. A lot of people don't like to be embarrassed, so that's why they like the fear of embarrassment, something like that. You know what I mean? He was like saying that they went to a party. His friend was like, "Yo, the fear of embarrassment is going to stop you from, doing a lot of things. So go out there and embrace embrace the spirit of embarrassment because you're just literally exposing yourself." I forgot how they worded it, but it was basically like everybody doesn't want to be embarrassed, right? There's 10 people over here. There's like 20 people in the club. They want to dance, but they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't know what to do and stuff like that, right? Cool, right? And there's 10 people in the corner embarrassed. They don't want to step out. And there's 5 people dancing because they just living their best life. And there's, other 5 people just socializing. Mm-hmm. But out of the 10 people that's, embarrassed to step out, they're literally not, it's something that they're doing that is just like, you're literally scared to be alive, bro. I can't explain it. But like what he was saying is the spirit of embarrassment is literally a point of vulnerability. So like embrace that in spirit. So then when you go out and people just be like, they're full of selves and stuff like that. They're not afraid to be embarrassed. They're literally putting themselves out there. You know what I mean? To be seen, to be heard. You know what I mean? Some of these people that we know now that have done great things, bro. They couldn't be who they are now to us if they were embarrassed to fail or scared, bro. Think about it. Kobe, you know what I mean? We talk about Kobe, we talk about Jordan, we talk about Ali, we talk about, Rosa Parks. We could dive into too many people where they've done so many things outside of being scared. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, bro. Like, based off what you said, based off what we've been talking about, do you believe that, like masculinity has become, like, very, very toxic when it comes to us as, like, just men not understanding how to, not, like, using excuses and not expressing.
I think 100%. I know what you're trying to say. 100%.
I'm trying to word the question.
100%. The reason I say 100% is because I feel like what kids and what other men think today being a man is you got to outdo everybody. You have to be better than that guy and that guy and that guy. And that's not being a man. That's toxic to me. you'll never be happy that way. You'll never be satisfied. Your goals will never be reached. They're always gonna grow. And it's that's toxic.
No, one thing I say for myself, bro, is I would say I had to understand I had to understand within this process of me going through the whole bodybuilding thing, um, is like can't pay attention to like who you feel like is. I used to really have a hard time with like uh over analyzing what I thought people thought of me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? I always feel like I had to prove something. You gotta prove that you gotta prove that you gonna get this right. You gotta prove.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I realized about going through this process, you ain't got to prove a damn thing to nobody.
Nobody.
The only person you got to prove something to is to yourself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This person, that person over there is watching you. They ain't gonna put not one damn penny in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna put food in your plate. The only person that's gonna put food in your plate if you work for it is yourself, yo.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, yo, you can tire yourself out, and that technically can be a form of toxic masculinity by feeling like you have to prove something.
Yeah, that's that too. Yeah,
you have to prove nothing to nobody.
You know how many men feel like they got so much to prove to their family, to their partners, to their kids, to their careers. People men have a burden. Like not to say like women don't have burdens, but men got this burden where like, bro, even if I don't get up and I'm not part of some of the things that I need to do, bro, that can kill my whole drive and bro, like, I can't even begin to explain like let's say, Shorty tell me to do the dishes, take the trash out. I might have a lot going on in my mind that I didn't get to that. Now, because I feel like I've disappointed her and she feels like, oh, I haven't heard her. Now my pride is shot because I feel like, damn, I'm disappointing my partner.
Yeah.
My house not clean. I'm not staying up to par, bro. Like, damn, bro. Like, it's a shot to the pride for a lot of things, and I know I'm not the only person that thinks like this, bro. Like,
you have a standard for yourself.
Hell yeah.
Some days, them standards, you're below them, and it's okay.
Every day not gonna look the same. You know what I'm saying?
So, it's okay if you don't stay there, though.
Right.
You can have it all day. Everybody can have it all day.
But I'm just saying to make the point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll say for myself, man, when it comes to just being a man in general, bro, like going through like the actual bodybuilding, going through the process of losing weight. For me, going through the process of losing weight, and going through the process of stepping on stage twice in 6 months apart from each other, once in June, once in November. I would say honestly, bro, outside of like stepping on stage, outside of stepping on stage and outside of losing the weight, I feel like the biggest accomplishment for me, bro, just if you wanted to, I just wanted to bring that up, like, because people ask me, like, how does it feel to have stepped on stage and bodybuilding shows?
I love that question, though.
It was cool.
I love that question.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'll keep the whole stat. When I stepped on stage the first time, bro, Max knows both of y'all was there. I felt like the man, bro. Honestly,
listen, you were there for my first show, so you know how, bro. So yeah.
But I'm gonna say this though. The accomplishment didn't come from, oh, I won 2 medals. The accomplishment for me, bro, was going through the damn process and coming out better mentally as a man than I was before, bro. Like, I look back at who I was before, bro, and I appreciate the fact that I actually went through the ups and downs of emotional building and maturing and healing. That was the accomplishment for me. The medals and all that stuff was cool. I feel like the medals and all that stuff were rewards for going through all that stuff, like that process of like growing and healing and everything like that. But the real accomplishment for me, bro, was actually just becoming a better man and still actively doing everything in my power. I just want to bring that up.
I feel that. Can I piggyback real quick? Because you stepped on stage twice. On November of 2024, I stepped on stage for the first time, and for my process, man, my process was crazy because I was going through life at the time and whatnot. I was at my sister's crib, whatever, and Avery had put me on, our therapist. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dr. K. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. Going through that process, like he said, it was very lonely. It was very lonely, in within the process, and as you were talking about how a lot of people ask, how's it feel to do this and that and the third. Like I also too understand what it takes to really lock in and be by yourself, and no one's going to be there to wake you up on them days and nights to actually put in that work. So like, I understand that. I understand no one's gonna be there to, unless you got a partner that's willing to help you in this, that, third, and cook your meals. No one's gonna be bringing you food, bro. Some days you might be hungry. You might not understand that. Like, yeah, you try to meet the macros and you meet your meals, but some days life happens and you're not touching on that. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just say this real quick?
Go for it.
Not to cut you off, bro, but it was one particular moment that I remember. And when you came to pick me up to go to the show, to your show, right? It was Max pulled up and we got in the car. It had to have been like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like 6 something. We had to get up there like 8:30, something like that. Early. Yeah, it was early.
And I got in the car, bro, and like I think for me, where I was from a mental standpoint, like because you remember, bro, I wanted to do that show that you wanted to do, right? But I think for me, bro, like my emotions were all over the place. Like I was excited because I'm about to go watch my boy on stage. But a part of me, and I'm just bringing this up as a vulnerable standpoint. Part of me was also sad because I feel like because we wanted to do the show together.
Yeah.
So I think for me, one of the most emotional parts for me was just like, damn, I feel like I let my boy down.
You know what's so crazy? Can I piggyback off that piggyback?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this year I feel the same way because you did 2 shows and now you went up to me, bro. I feel like I'm like, damn, bro, that man went up me. I feel the same way. It's crazy.
But I'm gonna tell you though, like when we right before we left, bro, me and Max cried in the car together. And the reason why
that moment of vulnerability was crazy because it's like
we cried.
The emotions that we shared in that moment, bro.
Back to emotions.
You know what I'm saying? The emotions that we had in that car, it was beyond what we knew was happening, bro. It wasn't just a level of happiness. It wasn't just we lit, we hype. We doing this. We had with the first time. None of that. It was literally, we're going against the grain. We're doing things that we said we're going to do. We're not sitting back and just talking about it, bro. We literally about to walk into the. It was. I can't even explain it. It was just.
That was a real high level moment for both me and him at that time, at that point in life. And I think it was one in particular to kind of go back to Braden. It was one in particular moment where B was having a hard day. I didn't even know he had a hard day, bro. He was having a hard day, but did I call you or did you call me?
Bro, I don't even know. We probably been on the phone 20 times a day.
Bro, I'm gonna tie it back to us. Okay. And it was one in particular moment where B called me. He was upset, bro. He called me and I'm just like, bro, you good? He was like, I ain't.
I think I remember that. It was hard because we just met and he asked me if I'm all right. I'm like, yeah, I just want to say yeah. And
I'm like,
move on.
And that's what not to cut you off, and that's what I'm saying. We, as men, we don't know that we have safe outlets to express ourselves. But I'm just going to, the fact that you just said that was tying into the point, bro, because that.
And I'm saying that because kind of how you and him. I've only known Braden for a year, bro.
I've only known Braden for what?
Couple of days.
For real, I met you at the first show. I'm getting to know. I've known you for a couple of days now. Just say going on a week probably.
Yeah. It's just true.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel just how we had moments, bro. It wasn't as vulnerable as that, but I feel I've also had moments with Braden. And I can honestly say, I'm gonna shout out Braden right now because I can honestly say when I first met Braden, I'm like, yo, Bree, you cool? No, man, I ain't dog. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go throw an egg or something, bro. And I'm like, dog, relax. You just like, no, the hell with that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this piss me off. But it's just like with both of y'all, bro. I feel like I've had like, and I've known you longer than Braden, but I feel um tying it back to like emotions and like God as well. I feel like at certain points in our lives, I feel like God knows when to put people in your life for specific reasons. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like at a certain point when me and B became cool, it was for a specific reason. When me and Max became cool, it was for a specific reason. I feel like we all have come to understand, like with my relationship with him and my relationship with you, I feel like I've come to understand like that it's honestly okay to express your emotions outside of like feeling like nah bro I ain't but nah it's some days I call him be like yo you good nah bro I feel like knock
I
somebody
get
the hell out.
Oh,
you
God.
guys got vulnerable with the bodybuilding. I can get into it the cars and how the way I can relate it is you guys are like the stage, like you feel like the man, you get up there, you feel like the man. That car I spent so long saving up for and trying to get the money and working hard, I got it. I was like, cool, I got that. Like, I'm gonna get a bike, so I got a bike. I'm feeling on top of the world. Some people started leaving me, started affecting me. Still, I was like, you know, I got these worldly things, these objects, and then I crashed my bike, and I was that put me through the ringer because it felt the transmission on my truck went. I was having problems with the cars. I was forking money out left and right, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do anymore. And that's when I started getting. He was like, "You good?" I was like, "You know what? I'm not good. This shit is. I can't do it."
Yeah,
I
bro.
know. I've come to understand something with Braden, bro.
Before you said it, I'm glad you were able to open up and be vulnerable with him. Because again, as men, we are good to be like, nah, I'm good, bro. And that nah, I'm good. You would think he's good, but then again, that nah, I'm good. He could have did left X, Y, Z with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why it's not just to just get shit off your chest, bro. It's a safety mechanism, bro, for yourself. You know what I'm saying, bro? For ourselves. So we don't blow up, bro, and crash out and shit like that, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I've come to understand something about him, bro. When Braden's upset, he get real quiet, dog.
Oh, me too,
like,
bro.
No,
I can get quiet too.
No, when I say
if
quiet,
I'm not quiet,
I'm like,
yo,
real rap. He ain't quiet, bro.
It's a bad thing. I like it. I like to. This is me controlling myself. Like when I'm upset, I like to be quiet, so I'm not saying anything irrational. That's it. But if you got me talking, bro, it's a problem. It's a problem now, bro.
When this dude gets mad,
it's a problem, bro.
I don't know any Haitian language, bro, or any Creole language. But all I know is when he gets mad, I'm my boy.
Chill, bro.
I don't know what that is, bro. But bro,
Shit.
Max get to talking Creole, bro. I'm like, yo, what's wrong?
That's how you know I'm really upset. I do switch. It feels so instinctive. Like I'm so upset, bro. I'm there now, bro. I'm like,
Max. But no, like with him, bro, like he gets like really, really like I don't know, bro. Like I'm like, yo, you good,
silent, bro.
I'm like, you good, B? Like, yep. No, you ain't.
I'm trying because it's hard for me to open up because I like to observe everything before I open up. And I like to think about everything. And I like to think about what I'm about to tell you. Because I don't want to skew anything. I don't want anything to seem like I'm trying to tell you
exactly how it's
happening. Yeah. So that's I don't know. I get quiet because I don't like to just go run and tell.
Yeah, but
I feel that. It's hard because, like you said, sometimes you just want to take it on the chin and keep moving. But I thought I was gonna do that with the bike, the car, the train, everything. I couldn't.
Sometimes life teaches you like you can't just do that. You gotta figure out a plan.
If you had to give any man any level of advice who may be going through life right now trying to figure out what the hell to do, who may be struggling or whatever the case is, like what would you tell them in this current moment?
I would tell them. Will you?
Well, I got something.
I got some shit.
I feel like we probably got the same thing.
I got a couple things though. Like we might have the same thing, but I got a couple things, bro. Like for men, I really feel like we need to embrace the unknown. Don't be so. Don't think you know everything, bro. Like, don't think you know everything. Don't be all high and mighty. Don't be super prideful and arrogant and this, that, and third. Because you know what I'm saying. We again, like I said at the beginning, bro. We all are learning life because we ain't come in this life with a handbook. You know what I'm saying. So like, don't think you the best. Don't think there ain't somebody better than you, and don't be discouraged that there is someone better than you, bro. Like, you ain't the only person on earth that can achieve greatness. So like, don't think you are the end all be all, but don't think you don't matter. Because you do matter. You do matter. You do matter. You might not be the end all be all for everybody, but you do matter. You know what I'm saying? And somewhere in life, bro, like whatever you do and whatever you touch and whatever you saying, et cetera, you're going to affect that. And I hope you affect those people, places, and things the just way, bro. I can't say the right way because there ain't no right or wrong way to live life, bro. There's no handbook, bro. So the best way you feel as though you need to live, do it that way, and be confident in the choices that you make, bro. Because you're gonna have people that's going to doubt you, condemn you, leave you, be there for you, support you. No, I gave you both yin and yang, good and bad. They're gonna have all of that. But how you make them decisions, it really, again, the decision is all on you, bro.
Yeah.
How you are affected by all those things, people, places, and things, bro. That's what matters, and the decision that you make matters. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop rambling from there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop rambling.
Well, what I got is what I've learned through meeting you, and the friends that got put in my life recently is learn to control your emotions, and you can control your emotions by talking. You'd be amazed at how much you get off your chest when you got somebody to talk to, and even if you don't got somebody to talk to, the man upstairs is always listening. He's waiting. He's waiting for you. He's waiting here from you. So talk and get it off your chest. Be amazed.
That's real. If I can give any man any words of encouragement, man, right now, I would honestly say, bro, just know that you are more than capable of achieving any and everything that you put your mind to. No matter how difficult or how hard it may be, you are you were put in this earth to do something. You were put in this earth to um, not only accomplish personal goals, but you were put in this earth to actually change somebody's life. So if you when you wake up and you feel like life is kicking you in the ass right now, bro, look at yourself in the mirror, look upstairs at God, and just be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna do this thing together, bro." And just know that you are more than capable of doing any and everything that you push forward to do. So, I honestly wanted to just close out with that. And say thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is the
Thank you.
first.
Thank you for having us, bro.
Nah, bro, I appreciate y'all, man. It's the first episode of many,
First
bro.
of many.
Yeah, man.
First of many, man. And we gonna keep this train rolling. We ain't stopping no time soon. Hey, y'all, I just wanted to say, man, like, share, subscribe. Also, man, if you got anything that you want to leave, any comments, leave them down below. Continue to tune in. Like I said before, we're gonna keep this train rolling. And any topics that you also have that you would like for us to talk about, also leave them down below in the comments as well. Let's keep rolling. The work continues. We out.